who are the ecosystem of actors that are shaping cooperatives, employee ownership, the future of shared ownership. I thought we'd start with some of the traditional co-op association folks, the National Co-op Business Association, Co-op Development Foundation. These, are very, nationally chartered folks. The emerging co-ops, there's an accelerator, Start.coop, that's doing a lot of stuff. They just launched a fund. Zebras Unite in the past few years has really shaped, I think, the narrative around shared ownership and cooperatives, an alternative to traditional extractive capital. Common Future has partnered with them on this inclusive capital collective, really focused on racial justice, about 90 CDFIs partnering together. The Candide Group is really, two co-founders, Morgan Simon, Aner Ben-Ami. To me, they are some of the most influential advisors shaping the landscape for investors in the ecosystem. RSF Social Finance has been a long-term player. Purpose Ventures, really important to note their work with Perpetual Purpose Trusts. The organically grown company was $11 million conversion, was a partnership between Purpose, RSF, Candide Group, Quechua as an investor. Those four groups, pretty important there. A variety of other conveners here. I think it's also on the employee ownership side, important to note Pete Stavros just put a $10 million into his new Center for Employee Ownership. There's state employee ownership centers everywhere in the national organization. Whole variety of other kind of partners, conveners, a local investment advisor. New Economy Coalition plays an interesting role in the solidarity economy. The Democracy Collaborative, really about community wealth building, the anchor strategy for education and medical institutions, anchoring local community economic development. Resource generation, young, high net worth individuals caring deeply about racial justice and racial equity. Cordata Capital had a cohort, small investment advisory firm. The Democracy at Work Institute, which is closely affiliated with the U.S. Federation of Worker Co-ops, was the one that spun off the APIS and Heritage Legacy Fund. And I think it's important to acknowledge that the movement for Black Lives is really shaping the culture that is driving this too. So it's important to think about social movements as a key part of this. The traditional co-op funds, these are the three major ones: Local Enterprise Assistance Fund, Co-op Fund New England, Shared Capital in Minnesota, the Working World, and Seed Commons, their huge network. These are, to me, the actors that are really shaping, I think, where we're at today. There's many more out there, of course, but just wanted to give you this quick overview of the landscape of intermediaries and advisors and key groups that might be helpful to consult with as you're thinking about your own strategy.